What are you hoping, Foreign Minister, would be India's legacy from this G20 presidency? There's a lot of commentary in the West about how seriously India is taking this G20 presidency. What are you hoping will be the lasting imprint?
You know, look, you are wanting me to predict not just a match, but a whole series ahead of time.
That's right.
I honestly cannot say where we would be in September. Obviously, I would be optimistic. I would try my best. If I were to look at what is already visible, you know, we were the first country who actually consulted much of the world that is not on the table at the G20 about their expectations of the G20. Nobody else has done this. So what Prime Minister Modi did through the Voice of Global Summit, Global South Summit, we actually asked 125 countries, saying, look, what is it you want? You know, what is it you feel which is not getting through? What should we be doing on your behalf? Nobody else has done that exercise. So today, actually, much of the world says, you know, we have India there batting for us, that our concerns are going to be on the table, our voice will be heard, and I would say, I would certainly hope one big legacy, and I'm confident of that, would be to make G20 much more true to its global mandate. The G20 should not be a debate, you know, I would say a debating club or an arena only of the global north. That the entirety of global concerns need to be captured. I think we have already made that point very, very forcefully. Now, what else comes out of it? You know, at the moment, people are very, very seriously discussing issues like green financing. They're discussing how do we get the Agenda 2030 back on track. They are looking at issues which, you know, range from terrorism financing, counter-narcotics. So there's a big agenda out there.
There's been some commentary internationally about how India and Prime Minister Modi could have a role to play in trying to work out some kind of a rapprochement or a truce between Russia and Ukraine. In the real world, how feasible is this? Is this something that the Indian government is trying to work towards?
You know, in the real world, you don't predict, and you definitely do not predict publicly. So I won't really give you a more specific response on that, but I do want you to note something. At this time, there are very concrete, very, I would say, specific issues which have arisen from the Ukraine conflict. Wherever there's a possibility for us to contribute, we have tried to do so. I'll give you two examples. When we were at Bali, the Turkish foreign minister actually brought up with me the problems they were having at that time with Russia on the Black Sea grain corridor. And he felt that my speaking to Lavrov would be very helpful. And I did. You know, okay, it may have made a 1%, 2%, 5% difference, I don't know. But in some way, we could help. When I was in Ukraine, at that time, when I was in New York, sorry, the Ukrainian Prime Minister actually met me and had some concerns about the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant. And he wanted certain issues to be conveyed to the Russians. So I got PM's okay to do that, and then went and, you know, did that with Lavrov. And then there were some consequent issues that we brought up with IAEA, with the Director General Grossi. So wherever we can help, we will. Now, whether the time is ripe for something bigger, you know, is there actually the possibility, are the parties willing to look at returning to the negotiating table? Because at the end of the day, that is what is essential. That, I think, is still a very open question.